Hello everyone, today I'm here to share with you some tips and tricks all about Booktube. I did a video earlier this week answering your Booktube questions because I just hit my 9-year mark here on Booktube, so I've been around for a while. I'm not like an OG Booktube or anything, but I've been around for quite some time. So I thought, since I did that, it's high time to do a tips and tricks videos and things like that. I do want to say my channel has been around for a while, yes, but there has never been a video that's really skyrocketed me or things like that. It's been a slow growth channel, and I'm okay with that because I like doing what I do. And you know, the numbers may not be insane every single year. Either way, growth is growth. I'll take it no matter what. So I thought I would share with you some tips and tricks. Now, these might not be for you. You might already do these. You might think they're stupid. Whatever you want to do, take these with a grain of salt. These are just things that I think would benefit a lot of people as far as their channels go, but I understand if you don't agree. Number one I want to talk about is consistency. That is a word a lot of YouTubers use, is to be consistent, and I will vouch for that. I'm a very consistent YouTuber a long time. I think that's because that's me as a type of person. Like, I like work and I like setting myself up for a task. I like making sure I have goals. I like making sure I have check marks. That's just me. So I say consistency is a good part of Booktube. Now, you can take consistency as a number way. You can take it as 3 videos a week, which is what I do. You can take it to 1 video a week. I'd say as long as you're consistent on Booktube, that'll be growth. I say that, but there are some Booktubers that only put out a video a month and they still grow tremendously strong. So it's hard. YouTube is like, it's a hard game that like few people figure out, and the rest of us are like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm probably in the I don't know what I'm doing part. But for me, what I found is being consistent on your videos really helps, because people will get to familiarize themselves with you. They'll get used to seeing your face, and the more they know that you put up videos, the more they can rely on you, and the more they will want to hit the subscribe button. At least for me, that's what I think of. Also with consistency, I'd say thumbnails are a big part of it. Thumbnails are a huge marketing factor when it comes to YouTube. You want to have thumbnails that are catchy, that catches people's eyes, that would make them want to click on the video. Now, I waver also about thumbnails. There are sometimes I'm like, I'm pretty good with my thumbnails. There's sometimes I experiment with thumbnails I don't think really works out. I think each YouTuber is going to find their kind of thumbnail style. Thumbnails though, as long as it's lit well and you have really big text so people can see what it is, so it's not like super tiny, because nobody's going to be like, what does that say? They want to see it big and bold, like, oh, unread books, yeah, I want to watch that video. So good thumbnails are a part of consistency in my opinion, because the more you're consistent with your good thumbnails, the more people will like want to click on your video, at least for me. Also with consistency, or branching this all in one topic, is prepping. I am a big prepper when it comes to videos. I am a mother. I have to do all of this at home with a young child, and that makes for a hard time. Whether you be a mom with that, whether you be a college student that has a lot of classes to fit in and you only have a certain amount of time, whether it be you're a full-time worker and only have a certain amount of time, and you really want to do Booktube, but you're just like, I'm so strapped for time, what do I do? Let me tell you, prepping is your friend, and it's your answer. Yes, it's going to require a lot more work, but it's going to be worth it in the long run, at least to me. So I try to think about my videos a month, or at least like 2 to 3 weeks in advance. I like have post notes. I think this is a great video idea, and then I'll start working on them. Whether it be a tag video that I really want to film, I love seasonal tags. We all know this, so I'll go look for a seasonal tag and I'll put it in there. Whether it be like 10 of my favorite chiclets, I'll go in and I'll, you know, comprise my list, and I'll take a couple weeks and think on it, but I've already put it in there that I'm going to film it, and you know, go ahead and get it. So prep them and think about them and just have them set. So when you have them prepped and ready to go, you're like, okay, I have a mindset of what I want to film, and then you can go ahead and film that thing. I pick 2 days a week and I film 2 to 3 videos in those settings. So I try to film, I know this is crazy, like 4 to 5 videos a week, which might be a lot to you, but in some weeks I don't film anything because I'm ahead of my schedule. I'd rather be ahead than behind. And I go ahead and I edit them, and I go ahead and pre-upload them, get all my information in there, and just have it scheduled. Yes, it's a little bit type A, a little bit neurotic, I guess you could say, or too prepared, but I enjoy it. It helps me with my anxiety a ton, having it all ready, and I think it would help you. In case you do work full-time, you can go ahead and film a couple videos one day and have it set for 1 week, then have set another one for another week. That way you are consistent. So that's my ideas for consistency. You know, make sure you're showing up people's sub boxes, make sure you have good thumbnails, make sure, you know, you're pre-filming and, you know, having your everything ready to go. A second tip is to connect with your viewers / other content creators. This is great. What I love to do is I try to, and I think I'm pretty decent at it, reply to every single person that comments on one of my videos. I like that because I feel like if people take time watching my video, I should take time to comment them back. And that's just me personally. If you have way too many comments and it's really hard to keep up with, I can't even imagine trying to keep up with that. I'm still at the place where I can do that, fortunately. There might be a day where I can't keep up with it. I can't say for sure. But right now, I try to comment back on people's comments. It connects me with my viewers. A lot of regular viewers that watch my videos that I see them a lot and I know them from their comments. Like I know a certain person. I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're going to say in this video. And I love talking with them and I connect with them, and I think that makes them want to come back to my videos because I'm connecting with them. And they see that I see that they're watching the video and taking their time out to comment. That's just me personally. I think that's a great thing to do. Also, you can use this on Twitter, on Instagram, anybody that, you know, tweets you or Instagrams you, things like that. Just try to stay connected, whether it be any sort of social media platform. Also with that, there are so many other Booktube videos, and you know what's great about them is that you can comment on them. So I'm not the best at this, I will say that. I try to comment on a lot of people's videos, but I don't do the best, so I apologize for that. That is something I need to work on. But if you watch a Booktube video and you like it, that's great. Click the thumbs up button for sure, but also comment back, give them some feedback, tell them what you enjoyed, and maybe that can start a relationship with you with this other creator. I think that's great because the more you put your name out there, the more you talk to people, the more people will start to recognize you, at least in my opinion, and I think that's a great way to get really invested in the community. So live shows. I think live shows are a really fun way to connect with your viewers. I don't do a ton of live shows because I don't have the time. The only live shows I do right now are my Slay Along live shows for the Buffy the Vampire Slayer ones, and that's like strictly Buffy, but I enjoy those nonetheless because I get to see people talk about Buffy, they ask questions, and it's just really a really personal connection because they're asking it in real time and you can answer it in real time, and it's just an awesome way to connect with viewers. Also, you can attend other people's live shows. There's so many commenters on there. You can you know, connect with people that's hosting a live show or connect with the people that are in the comments. You can be like, oh, I like this, and they'll say, oh, I like this, and then boom, you made a friend. There's so many ways you connect with people on Booktube that the possibilities are endless, but hopefully those gave you some suggestions. I think that the whole tip was to connect with your viewers, connect with other content creators. I think if you do that, it'll make your audience grow. Maybe not huge, but it'll grow in some way, shape, or form. Number 3 is interesting content. This is the one I struggle with because I've said I really like doing the traditional Booktube videos. I love hauls, I love wrap-ups, I love TBRs, and I also love book reviews. And that's your traditional Booktube content. I do think that drives people to your channel, but nowadays Booktube has become really unique. It has a lot of different niches. It has a lot of different avenues. There's a lot of content creators that just come up with superb content. So I think you can have your traditional videos and then you can have room to play around with interesting content. By that, it can mean anything. Just because you're on Booktube either doesn't mean you have to talk about books. Some of my favorite videos to film are like my top 10 Office episodes or my top 10 Gilmore Girls episodes or talking about Gilmore Girls. Those are interesting content videos to me because it's typically kind of outside of the Booktube world. Books and Lala is great with this. She does a lot of interesting content that I am just so amazed by every single day. Reading vlogs are really in right now. A lot of people are very drawn to reading vlogs, so that is an option you could pursue. Also, like just top 10 lists I think are just great ones, whether it be top 10 fantasy books, top 10, you know, historical fiction. Recommendations are great videos too. Like, I do think that's interesting content as well because when I think of Booktube, like I said, you think of that traditional format with the hauls, the reviews, things like that, and then you have kind of a different way. I know it's a hard tip to try to say because I am probably the most least interesting content Booktube creator out there. I come out with the same videos and it's like rinse, wash, repeat, trying to do new different things, but it's hard for me because I think a lot of us can get stuck in a bubble of creating and we just do what we know and we just keep doing it. That's me especially. So, I mean, I want to do better about it, but I think either way, if you just try your hand at something, go for it. If you really want to film if you really want to film a video about like your favorite games, you can go for it. I think that would really help, you know, create a kind of an interesting content for your channel. Number 4 is your gear. Gear is another tricky thing to talk about because gear can be very expensive. I've said time and time again that I shoot with a Canon 5D Mark II. Yes, you can look it up. It's insanely expensive. I'm a photographer, so my two kind of side hustles are photography and Booktube. So happens to turn out that I can use the same camera for both. So I use this camera that I'm that you're seeing right now, predominantly for photography, and I also use it for this. But do I think you need this camera? Not at all. You can use anything really. I've had several friends shoot their videos on an iPhone. I know the Canon G7X, which is a vlogging camera, which is what I use, is another great one, and that's not too inexpensive. I'd say try used on Amazon. That's the way to go, or eBay. Check that out too. You don't have to buy new everything. You don't need the fanciest camera. I do feel like you really need good lighting. I've said that time and time again. I use natural lighting. I know a ton of people use ring lights, which I think is another great way in case you are a full-time worker and you can only film at night. Get a ring light. I think they're somewhat inexpensive. I'm not sure, but I'd say if you can invest in a good camera, that's great. But if you can't for right now, use your iPhone, find a great place in your house with great natural lighting, and go for it. That's all you need. Do you need this really fancy background behind you? Absolutely not. I don't think you need to have 50,000 books behind you. No, I think if you just find a nice wall in your house or your desk or your bed, a place that has good lighting, go for it. I think that is awesome because I do think good lighting will draw viewers into your channel. Does a nice background help? Of course it does. I'm not gonna lie to you, but does everyone starting out have a super nice background? Not at all. No, I didn't. My first background was like my wall in my kitchen and with a really bad camera. We all have to start somewhere, but it's okay. Maybe as you grow, you can have a little bit of money to invest in a nice camera, have a little bit of money to buy some shelves, whatever you wanna do, just as long as I think you have good lighting, you're good to go. Number 5, we've already established this already, but again, I'm gonna reiterate, to connect with a community. Twitter and Instagram to your advantage. What I do is I tweet out my videos, every single video I do. Instagram as well. Bookstagram is freaking huge. Like, it's massive. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. I love Bookstagram and I love doing it. I am nearly not talented enough as many other book Instagrammers are, but either way, book Instagram is big and there are people out there searching for that content. Why not take a photo of the book you're reading, put it on Instagram, and then you can create an Instagram profile and that'll link to your channel, and that way if people like your photo, they're like, oh, who's this person? Let me check out their work. And then there you go. That's another avenue you can get people to your videos. Another way to connect with the community is readathons. Readathons are very popular here on Booktube. There are so many. The Reading Rush happened, which is probably Booktube's biggest readathon, I would say, and it was great. A lot of people daily vlogged it. I would highly recommend for a big readathon, daily vlog that, because people will search for those daily vlogs and people love daily vlogs. I know I love watching them every chance I get. You know, you can make a TBR video for a readathon. You can make a wrap up for a readathon. People love readathons and will seek them out in any shape or form. They'll want to see what other people are reading for the readathon to get ideas for their TBR. They'll want to watch a readathon vlog to see how that person fared out for the readathon, and things like that. As speaking as myself, as a person that does run a readathon, I ran my very first one last year called Tis the Season-thon. I'm running again this year. I loved watching as many people's vlogs as I can, as many people's TBRs as I can, seeing what they're reading, connecting with people. And I noticed when I was, you know, running sprints sometimes on the Tis the Season-thon Twitter that people would connect with each other. So if, you know, I said a sprint, somebody would say, you know, I'm reading this, and somebody would say, oh, I'm reading that too, how are you liking it? And they'll start a conversation. So there you go. That is a way you can connect. Readathons are great for that. I've connected with so many people on readathons. I think that's a perfect way to get connected with the community. My next tip is don't be afraid to try new things. Like I said, if you love board games, video games, I don't know why I'm emphasizing games here, decor, like furniture decor, seasonal decor, make it work. Like, put it, I don't know why I said that, but put it in your channel. Try it and, you know, just see if people respond to it. If they do, great, go for it. If they don't, that's okay too. If you are passionate about that video and you want to keep doing it, do it. Let me tell you right now, I love Buffy. I've said that time and time again. I do a video every month of the last season of Buffy I've just watched. I'm pretty sure they're my least viewed videos on my channel right now, but I do not care because I love filming them. I love editing them. I love making them because I have such a passion for Buffy. So, you know, sometimes, you know, views do matter, but if you're passionate about it and you love doing it to do it, just keep doing it. It'll get there one day. It will take a long time. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are some booktubers that have grown very fast, which is amazing, and I'm very happy for them. There are other booktubers like myself that have had a slow growth, but it's still growth at the end of the day. Either way, if you're happy making it, just keep rolling with it. Try fun, innovative things. If you have a great idea and you're like, ooh, I don't know if people respond to that, try it anyways. You never even know. And at the end of the day, if you love doing it, that's all that matters. So those are my tips and tricks for Booktube. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I know they have not been probably amazing, but either way, I hope they helped you out even a little bit. I would love to hear your tips and tricks as well, in case you are a booktuber and know some things. I'm always willing to learn, because I know I have a lot to learn when it comes to Booktube. But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.